Hey everyone, today I'm going to be going through the gear that I'm going to be starting the PCT with. Some of this may get cut down through some shakedown hikes that I do over time, but we will see what happens. As many of you know, this is my first through hike, so I'm sure a lot of this gear will be, removed. Some of them will be sent home after the Sierra. It really just depends on what I end up using most and what I don't. I have some extra layers that I may end up sending home, but overall I'm just really excited to see what works out for me. For my sleep system, I will be using the Enlightened Equipment Revelation 10 degree sleeping bag. I've heard that these run a little bit colder than the temperature rating, so I got a higher rating. It's only the 850 fill, so it'll be a bit bulkier, but it was also a lot more affordable, which is why I decided on that. I also have this foldable, I don't know what brand it is, but I've been using it for years, sleeping pad. Currently I have all of the sections. I may end up cutting some of that down just to save a little bit of weight and space, but usually it attaches to the top of my pack. So space isn't necessarily an issue for that. For my tent, I'll be using the Gossamer Gear, the One. And I'll be using these Wilderness Technology poles with that. I got a really good deal on them because my local outdoor store has a partnership with them, so they were really affordable. I've used them on a lot of hikes so far and they've treated me really well. For my pack, I'll be using the Hyperlite Southwest. I think this is the 50 liter, just in case for extra water carries. Again, I've been using this pack for years now on individual backpacking trips. It served me really well. It's light, it's comfortable, and I really enjoy it. I also bought this Gossamer Gear water bottle holder. It's a little bit unwieldy with this pack, so I may end up replacing it or just making my own or somehow modifying this one to make it suit my needs a little bit better. To keep my things dry inside my pack, I'll be using this just trash compactor bag, and this is a ground sheet poly cryo that I probably will end up cutting down a little bit for my Gossamer Gear, the One. For my water system, I'll be using the Sawyer Squeeze Mini, which is slightly smaller and lighter than the regular Sawyer Squeeze. I've tried it out several times. It works really well for me. I'm going to be using 2 smart water bottles like the regular hiker trash buttholes do. They fit really well into a side pocket, which allows me to use the other side pocket to carry more gear. For the desert portion, I'll also be using this 4-liter water carry bag. Have not tried it out, but I'm assuming that it will be relatively easy to use and serve its function for the 700 miles in the desert. For my cook system, I've got a titanium spork from Tokes. It's really light. I'll probably cut it down just a little bit so that it actually fits in here with the gas canister and my BRS 3000 stove. I'll probably leave the stuff sack for this thing behind. Haven't tested this out yet, but I've heard rave reviews about it and it was only like 12 bucks or something online. So really excited to try this out. I'm also gonna get a silicone pot cover for this thing so that if I decide I want to cold soak some days to save some time at camp, I'll be able to do that as well. One luxury item that I'm taking, because I have dealt with plantar fasciitis in the past and I think it's just useful to have around, is this cork ball. It's super, super lightweight. It's a little bulky, but it's really good for massaging out your glutes, calves, and your plantar fascia at the end of the day. I know that I don't really need this necessarily, but I'd rather have the means to prevent injury on the trail than not have it. And if I end up not using it and I'm fine without it, it'll go home. It was like $5 for a pack of 3 of them online. So really excited about having this. I've also got a little ditty bag with some really dirty earphones. I work on a pig farm, so they've gotten filthy, but they work really well and they won't require extra charge from my battery pack. I haven't bought my battery pack yet, but it is going to be a Nightcore B10000 or something like that. They're super light, made of carbon fiber, and I've heard really great things about them. I don't need a ton of electronics equipment, so I will probably just be using the 10,000 amp hour or whatever hootie hottie. This ditty bag also has a couple extra parts for my Sawyer Squeeze Mini, a gasket, the back flush screw top. I'm not going to carry the actual back flusher because I can just back flush it with clean water when I have some in one of my smart water bottles. These will both be clean water. This is going to be for dirty water. And that way I can put additives like electrolytes and energy stuff in these without having to filter all of that. This is a stuff sack I'm going to be using for food and maybe some electronics. It is a dry bag. I also plan on using it for a pillow in the evenings, just by stuffing some of my extra clothes in there. These are just some thin slate gloves. They're a little bit bulky, but I already had them and I am trying to go a little cheaper, so I figure I'll have to replace them eventually, and when I do, I'll just replace them with something lighter. This is a smart wool beanie. I really like merino wool. I think it is super good and insulating, and I'm excited to use this. I've tried it out a couple times. It fits snugly, it's comfortable, and we're good to go on the head. This is an item that I might end up sending home. It's just a fleece. I've had it for a lot of years, used it for a lot of backpacking trips. It's served me well. It's got some holes in it. It does not have a hood on it. It's just got this kind of crew necky top, I guess. Maybe it's not a crew neck, I'm not sure. And it's got also a quarter zip. It's got an arm pouch right here, and I am also probably gonna sew a joey pouch onto it with the stuff sack of my Gossamer gear tent, because I don't plan on using the stuff sack anyway. That way it gives me some extra carry room on the front instead of using a fanny pack, and it'll also remain super lightweight. This is a Mountain Hardwear rain jacket that I already had. I may replace with a $20 Frog Togs, the poncho that will also cover my pack and everything when it's raining. That may get swapped out. This is a merino wool base layer. It's really, really good and actually very warm in the mornings with this hiking shirt that I have, which is also a Mountain Hardwear. It's from years and years ago, similar to this and my pack. I've had it for probably 3 or 4 years. It's served me well. It's shown no wear or tear, and it's super breathable. These two in combination are really cozy and warm in the morning, so I may actually end up getting rid of that and just dropping that weight. I also have this North Face synthetic puffy jacket. It's really small, it's very lightweight and compact, can also be used as a pillow if I want to use this exclusively for food. And it's remained super warm. I used it in the polar vortex in the Midwest my first year of college. So if it can hold up to -40 with wind chill, I'm pretty sure it can do anything I need it to on trail. These are some Janji running shorts. They're super cool. They've got the panty liner thing, which is great because I don't hike with underwear. I think it's really uncomfortable, and these do the job. You can just rinse them off in a stream while you're wearing either your rain pants, wind pants, or these tights that I have. These are some Omni Heat tights. Like much of my other gear, I've used it for years. It has this reflective surface on the inside, which keeps you super warm even when you're wet, keeps heat in. And I also have not tried this out, but I think in the desert I may try wearing them inside out to reflect heat away from me. And on that note, another new piece of gear that I'm trying out is the Gossamer Gear sun umbrella. This is another luxury item. I'm not sure if I will use it well. It's really hard for me to test out because I live in the Pacific Northwest, but I will be just attaching it to my pack so that I can have my hands free to use my trekking poles. I've tried a couple methods of this just at home, but I'll be trying it out on the trail in the next couple of weeks to see if it's something that I can actually use. As it's really rainy here, I'll be using it to keep off rain as opposed to anything else. I also have 2 pairs of Darn Tough socks. These are some rain pants that I've had for many years, used them secondhand. They've got a hole or two in them, but they're pretty lightweight, easy to use, and I figure why buy something new if this will function. I have some mild knee problems. Again, I work on a farm, so I work really hard, and they're intermittent, and I've learned to manage them really well. When I feel my knee getting stiff, I just put on this brace, and it goes away and helps me strengthen the muscles that I need to strengthen. Similarly, I have some braces for my elbows. I lift a lot of 20-pound buckets up and over my head for poultry feed, and these have helped me immensely. If I end up not needing them, I'll probably send one of them home. They just add extra weight, but I'd rather start out safe than sorry. These are sunglasses from News Optics. They've also got the dad lanyard on there, which I find really useful. I like these glasses. They're very lightweight, they're very stylish, and they check all the boxes for me. I'm not 100% sure what headlamp I'll be bringing. I may buy actually just a handheld flashlight with a little clip on it that can clip onto a hat. I will be bringing a hat. I haven't decided which one. I'm a really big fan of ball caps, so we'll see what happens there. But this is what I've got as far as like a placeholder for weight and use in the meantime. Here's something I forgot to mention because it was tucked away into a hip belt of my pack, but this is the backcountry bidet that I'm going to be using. It was obviously 3D printed. I've tried using it before. It's pretty well made. These holes are slightly too small to let enough water out to, you know, do the job. So I think I'm going to be drilling into 1 or 2 of them to make them slightly bigger just to get a bit of a heavier flow to clean everything up, but that'll save me from needing to pack out toilet paper. I use a bidet at home, so I'm just kind of used to it. You get a bit of a wet butt, but it gets everything off a lot more efficiently. And here's what it looks like all packed up into my pack. Everything except for my daily wear items, which I know I'll be wearing every day, which is my base layer, my shirt, my sunglasses, my running pants, my running shoes, and my socks. And sometimes there may be even less in there. Raincoat may come out, rain pants may come out and be put on. And here's what I love about this pack. It's super lightweight, packs down super light, but there's obviously all that extra room for food, water carries for the desert, anything else that I need. And I don't really know exactly what the weight comes to, but what I can tell you is that it's super light. I would say probably not more than 12 pounds, maybe less. That's pretty much all of my gear. As I said, I'm moving into my van, so next up I'll show you what that looks like. Obviously, this is a backpacking video, so I don't want to take up too much time on the van, but I'm sitting here in my bed. It's pretty comfy and big. I got a window here. I got a roof vent here. I've got a cool little lagoon table that moves around. Right now, I've got a bunch of crap that I'm going to be selling. It's all over there. My clothes I pack into these guys. I've got a lot of storage under here for food and whatnot. There is a sink right there. Oh, and check this out. This is my favorite part. I've got lights and I've got mood lighting, and this can change colors too, which is pretty cool. So anyway, really stoked to keep making videos for you guys. I'm gonna do another hike out on Eagle Creek, so you'll see another video from that one. I just got a Garmin InReach Mini too, which I'm gonna be testing out by trying out a trail that was there before the wildfires came through, and I think like 2019 or something, and it's clearly like totally overtrodden, but it's definitely there. And I've tried like hiking up it a couple times, and I've gotten like, you know, 200 or 300 feet and been like, this, I could easily lose this trail. But now that I have the Garmin and I know the trail that I'm gonna be on pretty well, I feel pretty safe doing that. So that's going to be my big exploration next time. I'll see how far I can get down that sort of washed out trail. Wish me luck. Hopefully I don't die. I don't think I will. Anyway, one more thing, please like and subscribe to this channel. And if you're interested in more funky content, photos, goofy videos that are not vlog worthy, please feel free to follow my TikTok and Instagrams, both Foxall to Foxall. Really excited to put out another video for you guys, and I hope you enjoyed it. Please drop some comments and let me know how I can improve future videos. Obviously, my camera is a little bit messed up on my phone, but I have what I have. See you out on the trails.